Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to what is probably episode 22 of Civilization 5 as Korea on Emperor difficulty. We're doing quite well. If you remember, I'm still trying to get my first legit win on Emperor. I've had one win so far. Yeah, whatever. I've had one win so far and it was kind of a bit of a cheat because it glitched out and I won when I shouldn't have done. So I'm just trying to get a legit one. I mean, even though I'm playing as Korea, and Korea were really cheesy and overpowered. In fact, I know a lot of people, I mean, even, especially Marbazir, he very often... oh, look at that, would you believe it? Marbazir very often disables the Korean DLC just so that he doesn't... oh, no, that's going to kill them. And now these guys are going to go and clear the camp. Oh, well, actually, I can take it with the... Look, cleared a barbarian camp with an archaeologist. Awesome. Yeah, he actually disables the Korean DLC, so he doesn't have to play against them. So they are very, very OP. We finished the seaport over here. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and get a research lab. Why not? Unit needs orders. You've still got movement left, so you're gonna work your way back over to this. Cargo ships galore. Let's go and. So you were going to Seoul. Let's keep you going there because we are trying to build Broadway, so we don't want to slow that down any. We have another cargo ship here that was previously going to Samarkand. Good gold there, so let's carry on with it. 4k gold in the bank, really, so we could just go ahead and build some extra buildings if we need to. But I don't think we need to right now. We can afford to wait a little while longer. I'm hoping that we should be able to get Cristo Redentor. I think we will. Broadway, 8 turns. What do you need to get Broadway? What was it? It was radio. So unless anybody else... See, there's no units that come with radio, so it's difficult for me to tell whether or not anybody already has radio unless anyone's running around with infantry, and I don't think they are. Killed a Moroccan spy. Good. Adopt a new policy. We can go and get another level 1 tenant. Gold cost of purchasing buildings reduced. Could be useful for us because we've got a lot of money. Could buy a lot of buildings. National wonders. We don't really need the happiness that much. I think we're going to go for the reduced cost on buying buildings, you know, because I've got a lot of money and it means I can just go into some of my slightly less developed places and I can just go and say, well, let's just buy a market here. And let's just buy a, you know, castle here. We probably don't need the castle there right now, so I'm not going to do that for now. But we could definitely do that. Where do we actually have our other tourism? In Zhengzhou. I guess that's fine. So we could go to Zhengzhou here and just buy a broadcast tower. And let's just buy a research lab as well. That'll help. So, let's carry on. You guys have finished that. Most of the tiles that are left now are pretty poor. It's really not worth upgrading desert tiles, but we can go ahead and get another mine up on this one. There's that farm done. I guess we could get a lumber camp or a trading post there or something. You guys can just stay and heal up. You guys... Oh, that's not where... Well, fine, stay there then. You guys move over here and dig. 7 turns. On to the next turn. Choose archaeology. So, too far away for a landmark. We want to create an artifact. It's actually an Incan artifact, so that's good. That gives us a little bit more tourism. We're up to 38 now. So we should be able to get our tourism ahead of the AI quite easily. I'm really annoyed with this guy now. I'm just going to denounce him and everything because no matter how much I try, he just constantly keeps spying on me. And I thought I already had denounced him. And he is a different ideology. So maybe if I do denounce him, maybe we'll find some friends. Or there again, maybe we'll find a lot more enemies. It's always difficult to tell. So let's go in. Morocco. Discuss. Do you want to be friends? No. So I'm going to publicly denounce you. See you later. Are they at war with anybody? No. See, if they were at war with the Songhai, then it's quite possible that the Songhai might have actually become friendly, but that probably won't work. Let's go ahead and get the lumber mill there for the extra production. Crossbows, you can actually now stay and fortify and not move to a different tile. I'm going to blame the new mouse. That's the excuse I'm using. And we'll have the option to build stadiums, so we're going to be good for happiness, I think, overall. And it will extend the range of sea trade routes as well. So we might even be able to get some better routes from Daegu. So things are going good. I haven't looked at the demographics for a while. Still pretty much top of everything apart from soldiers' happiness and population. See, the worst in terms of tech is Mongolia, and they're still at 48%. So we're 20% ahead of the lowest person, but I've got a feeling the others are going to be close behind. If we have a look at trade and see if we can look at a few other people. If we look, for example, let's look at the Celts. Science-wise, we've discovered 7 techs that they haven't. And you've discovered... doesn't know. They are receiving blah, blah, blah. So we're 7 techs ahead of them. France... we've discovered 11 techs that they don't know. So we're 11 techs ahead of France. Oh, Celts are further ahead than France is. That does surprise me. Songhai, we're 8 techs ahead. Mongolia, we're 15 techs ahead. Persia, we are 5 techs ahead. So Persia's probably the closest in terms of tech. Okay, fair enough. Choose production. This is at Cusco. Cusco has finished the public school. Let's just go ahead and get a research lab. Be able to get some hydro plants soon, but we don't really need them. Do we need to work that workshop slot now? We're not going to get a great engineer here anytime soon. We could just put everybody into the science slots. That'd still be 100 turns, so it really isn't worth it. So let's just make sure all these people are working... tiles with production. 18 turns until growth. Yep, that's fine. We'll leave it at that. Looks like they're mostly decent tiles being worked. Choose a production down here at Pyongyang. We've finished the aqueduct. You're working that. I don't mind that, actually, that you're working that. That's quite good. You seem to be working relatively decent tiles. You'll grow again in another turn. Let's go ahead. I'm going to buy the observatory, actually, because science is science. Let's go ahead and build you a workshop. It'll give you a bit more production because you're a small city. You're going to grow quite slowly. Cargo ship from Seoul was going to Samarkand, but we could go to Zurich for an extra gold per turn. Samarkand already has our religion, so there's no point doing it for religious pressure. You guys were going to go there to build a mine, so why don't you? Pyongyang isn't going to have a great deal of food because they don't have an awful lot of grassland. We could go ahead and build a farm here, which I probably will do. Most of their food is, of course, going to come from the pastures on the sheep. And there will be another one there. And they will spread to this sea tile as well. So we should be okay for food in Pyongyang. And it will grow in another turn, so we'll sort that out. Another great scientist has been born. Pyongyang has grown. So what are you working now? You've gone onto that tile with a lot of production. That's not a terrible idea. I would like some more growth from you, but there isn't really any decent food tiles that you could work right now. Carry on working that for now until we get some better food tiles, and then we'll consider reassigning the population there. Hospital has finished in Zhengzhou. What do we want to go for here? I think we should probably... We're still growing quite well. We're working a lot of the specialist slots. Don't really need somebody in the workshop. We're not going to get a great engineer anytime soon. So, yeah, definitely work the full food tile. That makes a lot of sense. And you're working 1 food and 1 hammer, which is pretty terrible. But we are improving that tile, so carry on working that. And then we'll... Actually, what we could do is work the research lab. Then we'll get a great scientist all the faster. So that's fine. You finished the hospital, though. I guess we could do with some slightly better happiness prospects. So you could start work on a stadium. There's not an awful lot else that you need to do. I'm not concentrating on military here. I just don't feel that I need to. We could pop that science. We are working towards radar. We've got everything queued up. So let's just go ahead and pop the scientist. So now we've got railroad, and we're a good chunk through flight now. At least now we've got some jobs for our workers to do. Yeah, Morocco already announced me. That's absolutely fine, bud. You started it, remember? I wonder if Askia would now be willing to be friends. I know I have spare cocoa, but you still don't want to give me a fair trade for it, do you? 6 gold. No, 5. 5 gold. I think that's better than we were getting before, possibly. Can't quite remember now. Right, Daegu has grown, which we were expecting. So you're now working... Yeah, it's a fairly decent tile. It's got the food on it. Carry on with that. 17 turns until you grow. That'll be fine. You guys can now backtrack. We'll build a farm here, and then we'll start building railroad. And we'll just start railroading everywhere up where we can. Yeah, he's just insulting us now. That's fine. I really should speak to Askia and see if he's willing to get a declaration of friendship. Because he does say he's friendly. He's got some copper, which would be nice for us to get. We're still in a golden age, actually. So having all that extra happiness does help. 2 turns away now from getting Broadway. So maybe we will manage it. Automatic faith purchase was another pagoda. Borders of Pyongyang have grown. To where exactly? To that useless tile there. Askia. Apparently you have some spare copper. And you want me to vote yes in the World's Fair, which I would happily do. But you want more for it. How about 1 gold per turn? 2 gold? 3 gold? 4 gold? Wow. 5 gold? Yeah, okay. Because we're going to vote yes on the World's Fair anyway. Of course we are. Crossbowmen, just stay on alert for the time being. You might as well. Got nothing better to do. On to the next turn. Sure, I pressed it. You guys, farm first or railroad? Farm or railroad? Farm or railroad? Let's get the farm going first. These guys can then move out and do the railroad afterwards. On to the next turn. Although we'll probably end up going out here to this pasture at some point. You have truffles, actually. I prefer a straight swap if you're willing. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. So now we're up to 18 happiness. Just try and get some more archaeologists out. If we can grab some more antiquities sites and get a bit more tourism, it's really going to help. I guess what we could do in some of our cities is we could change the focus from great scientists over onto like great artists. We need to do automatic face selection. Let's just save up for great engineer. Actually, might get to use one for something useful. You can now. Well, we'll just move you over here, I suppose, and you start work on. Oh, you crossed a river. I was just going to say, why did that use all of your movement? You guys can come up here and start working on the roads, I guess. Busan loves the king. So it's always good to get these stuff. Archaeology, you're well out of range, so you're going to be an artifact. That puts us up to 40 tourism. Can we get any more? Because surely now we have classic and ancient, Inca and Korea. Swap great works. Can we get any artifacts? Classic. Yes, we can. Do we have a classic one, don't we? We've got classic Korea. So if we swap those Incan beads, swap the Incan beads for this. Swap. And then why isn't that? Ah, no, because stupid me. They either have to both be from me or both not be me. So we need to find another classical era thing that we can swap with. We might get one at some point. There's no big rush. We're still making 41 tourism anyway. Which now means that I am almost the tourism leader. I'm one behind Persia, so of course there's still a few people that are yet to pick up their ideologies. We'll have to see what happens when they decide to do that. Probably got enough happiness now to go and annex Tiwanaku, but there isn't really a huge deal of point in doing it. I'm quite happy. I'll just let them do their things. I can actually see what tiles they're working. They're working the fish tiles. They're working most of the food tiles. We've got Broadway. Brilliant. Free great musician. Brilliant. So, let's go ahead and pop the musician straight away. Now we are the tourism leader. Let's go and work on Cristo Redentor. So that should help. Now I guess what's the... I can never remember what you need for the Broadway bonus. 3 slots are filled with music from the same era and same civilization. It's actually going to be a little bit tricky. I don't even have a musicians guild. But we might get it. We might get it. Do we not have a musicians guild? I'm going to build the musicians guild first, actually. As it'll only take 2 turns. You guys, railroad. On to the next turn. You guys, railroad. It's getting exciting now. I appreciate there's not been an awful lot of war in this series, but I think it's nice to be able to win without having to fight all the time. I know there's a lot of people that play and all they ever do is, you know, is attack the AI. And certainly I think at high difficulty levels you probably do have to do that. But I like just being able to win by expansion. I go to war when I need to go to war, but I just don't always need to go to war. So, you know, why bother? Caravan. Might be worth getting rid of you now and actually getting a cargo ship. Tempted to say that's the best idea, so I'm going to disband this caravan and we are just going to purchase ourselves a cargo ship. 650, bargainous. Let's go on to the next turn. Decent amount of oil now, 11 oil, 11 aluminium. We'll keep that going. Still making decent money, 200 gold a turn. We've only got 1 turn left on our golden age, but we're making 24 happiness per turn, so that helps. 27 turns until the next great scientist, 34 turns until the next great engineer, which we're going to buy with faith. Making almost 800 science per turn, which is quite nice. Persia stole steam power. Did they really? Actually, did I ask Askia if he'd be willing to make a declaration of friendship? Ah, yes, he's happy to accept. Finally. Askia needs 364. So if I give you 364 gold per turn and ask you for 10 gold per turn back, 9 gold per turn back, 8 gold per turn back. There is an equation to it that I can't be bothered to work it out. There we go. So I've given him a lot of money and he's going to pay me back per turn. And then we should both have enough money to do a research agreement. And I have to pay him a little bit more money. It's probably going to be around about 30. 35. It's because I'm so far ahead of him that I have to pay more. Which, it doesn't really make sense. You'd think that the person who's behind would pay more because they're going to benefit the most from the agreement. But I think it's just to stop people who are already ahead getting massively far ahead. 60? Come on, man. I'm not being unreasonable here. 70? 80? 90? 100? There we go. Finally, we've got a research agreement. It might not be worthwhile, but I've built the porcelain tower. I'm having a research agreement, just so that I could say that I have. Finally friendly with somebody in this game. You guys get over here. You've got a railroad to build. Cargo ship. What is our best route, actually? Let's look at the trade route overview. Available trade routes via sea, which we are not currently running. So, in fact, Busan to Pyongyang, we want available trade routes, most gold per turn. Seoul to Krakaurum is pretty much the best one. So let us move you to Seoul. Change home city, Seoul. Next turn. We have another cargo ship now as well. Now we actually got an extra trade route when we got refrigeration, I think. Now there was one tech that gave it to us, so we need to go ahead and build another cargo ship. We can get that sorted out. Probably do that at Daegu at some point. So France still likes me. ASCII is in second place, actually, so it's good that I've got friendship with the person who's in second place. Borders of Pyongyang have grown, again, to a relatively useless tile. You guys can go and... well, I suppose you can go over here and do the railroad on that tile. You got... yeah, pretty much just everybody. If you're not doing anything useful, build a railroad. You're going to go to Karakoram, so let's do that. And let's end the turn there. So making relatively decent everything. Still 20 turns left on Cristo de Redentor. It's a shame we can't get that a little bit more quickly. It still says that France likes me. But they still won't give me a declaration of friendship. They've denounced Persia. Maybe I could denounce Persia. Persia doesn't particularly like me anyway. So if I denounce Persia, maybe France will like me. Persia's also denounced the Songhai, and I'm friends with the Songhai. So people generally aren't liking Persia. So let's just go and... I can't denounce him? Have I already denounced him? Oh, denounced by Korea and Songhai. Sorry, I have already denounced him. Well, if you're denouncing France then, will that allow France to friendship? Nope, still declines. Nappy, you are a complete and utter asshat. You finish that section of road. Or railroad, so you can come up there and connect that straight to Seoul. You guys can... do nothing. What did I want to do here? Guess we could get some more farms around here. Don't really need them. Let's send you guys over in this direction, and you can start building the railroad that way. Seems like a sensible thing to do. On to the next turn. I know we're over the 20-minute mark, but we'll see if we can squeeze in another turn or two just before we end this video. So you can build that railroad there. When these guys are finished on this bit of railroad... oh, they have actually. Did I get them doing the farm first? No, they are doing the railroad. There should be a farm here. One turn away from completing the farm. Looks like we started one and then stopped, but we'll get it sorted anyway. Not too sure what's going on there. We do need a couple more archaeologists. It's also going to be worth us keep having a look at this just to make sure there's not any more artifacts that we can get. Zhengzhou has grown its population. We keep going for Artist Guild. We don't have Music Guild over here. But that's fine, I suppose. But what we could do... what are you working? 1 food, 3 production. That's not terrible. Let's go over to Seoul, because we now have ourselves a Musicians Guild here. Let's untick the Writers Guild and put you in the Musicians Guild. We can get a musician in 14 turns here. So let's see if we can do that. How long is it going to be before we get into the next era? I doubt we're going to get 2 musicians. Maybe I can delay Radar. The reason I want to delay Radar is it'd be nice if we could actually get... and then we could go into Combustion. And what I'm trying to do is make sure that we can get 2 great musicians before we actually go... oh, we're actually starving in Seoul. I hadn't noticed that. Oh, no, we're fine now. Not too sure what happened there. Some little minor glitch. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we can get 2 great musicians, because that way I can get the theming bonus in Broadway. You have finished the research lab, which is pretty bad timing now, because that will just give us a boost to our science. Let's go ahead and get you to produce archaeologist, actually. I know we do still need some more... well, we need 1 more cargo ship, but I think we've got enough money coming in at the moment to get away with that. So you've actually finished the farm. Go ahead and build the railroad. I knew I'd built one before the other, and I did intend to build both, but I couldn't remember what order I'd done them in, so... 13 turns away from a great musician. Do we have a garden in Seoul? We must do, because I don't see an option for one. Again, would like to build a research lab there, but we'll wait because it'll give us another science boost again. Seoul has grown in terms of population. That is fine. You're working a 4 food tile. Don't have an issue with that. Let's drop that. You're working for production. Let us drop that tile and just... Well, you're working for food. That's fine. 1 unassigned citizen. How about you work the 4 food tile? Cristo Redentor, 16 turns. Can we get it any quicker? 15 turns. Okay, we'll leave it at that then. Pyongyang's also finished its workshop. That's fine. You don't even have a temple yet, do you? You don't have a library yet either. You don't have a granary. Go for the granary. You've got plenty of pastures, so that should help. I think granary does work on sheep. Oh no, it's deer, isn't it? Oh well. It'll still give it +1 extra food. I'm not min-maxing here, as you can probably tell. You guys, railroad. I'm just enjoying the game. I think I'm going to win this one. I actually feel confident, and that might be bad. It might turn out that I'm not in any way going to win this game, but I think I am. Aski's also got some spare silver. I might go and see if he'll trade for that. He actually, you've got spare silver. Will you give me a fair trade? Yeah, brilliant. Got plenty of money coming in, so let's just have the extra happiness. Get a bit closer to that golden age. And we can still get more happiness if we need to as well. Killed another Moroccan spy. They won't learn, will they? You guys have finished that bit of railroad there, so you can come across and build another bit there. We are just going to go and buy a constabulary here. And a police station. I take it was in Seoul, was it? Yeah, there we go. So, good luck with your future endeavours there, Morocco. Another railroad. Is that a railroad there? It's just... graphics just glitching out. Whee! Yeah, there we go. You've got a railroad. That bit still isn't done yet. So let's make that into a railroad. So much quicker to get around when you've got railroads everywhere. Cargo ship. Let's have a look again at our best cargo route. Trade routes available, not being worked via ship. Busan to Krakaurum. So we'll go and move you from... move you to Busan. And I'm going to do one more turn. And that'll make the video long enough. Just so I remember to send that to the right place. He's still hostile. He was insulting me earlier. I just don't care about you anymore, Morocco. Do your worst. Nappy wants cotton. Do I have spare cotton? Yes. Will you give me decent gold per turn? No. Will you give me 6 gold per turn? Wow, really? Come on, man. 3. 3 is my lowest I'm going. Yeah, there we go. You're just being a complete dick now. That's the only thing you're doing here, Nappy. 850 science per turn, 200 culture per turn. We're 8 turns away from another social policy, so we'll be able to grab another rank 2 tenant, which will be quite nice. Surprised still... Oh, city converted. Was it a good convert or a bad convert? It was a bad convert, because you're starting to pick up Hinduism. What does Hinduism allow? Faster... border growth, pre-industrial land units, culture for followers. That's not too bad. Would have been nice if they'd had another building we could build, but I guess we can live with that. It's fine. Cargo ship, you're going to go to Karakoram because it's stupid good money. Unit needs orders. Another cargo ship. You were going to where previously? Zurich, 15 gold per turn. Let's send you to Pasargade. No, we don't particularly like Persia, but at least it's going to give us a bit more money. Not that we need the money, and I've hit next turn again. That's the problem with this game. It's just so easy to keep hitting next turn. How about you give me a decent price, though? Well, it should be 9, shouldn't it? 9 should be the default price. There we go. Now I don't have to pay you a bajillion money for your whales, which is really nice. Yeah, I'll buy your gems off you. Got my happiness and I want to keep it. 10 turns until we get our first great musician. And then hopefully we can get our second great musician before we move into the next era. And that will allow us to get our theming bonus in Broadway. So that should really help with the tourism. I mean, I'm not going for a culture victory, but if I do end up with the opportunity to get one, I might take it. We've finished the research lab over here in Cusco. Let's try and get... free policy is nice. The free policy is nice. But there again, so is the culture and the gold and the happiness. Let's try and get Neuschwanstein, because we can only build Neuschwanstein somewhere where we're close to a mountain, and we could try and build the Kremlin somewhere else. Busan's got pretty good production, actually. Let's try and build the Kremlin here. That's not a bad idea. We might get it. You finish that. We've actually grown to that other oil, so we'll go and get that connected up. Oh, next turn again. Right, okay. Remind me, guys, this time, don't hit next turn, because this video is already half an hour long. The Celts have picked up autocracy, and really badly. I can't remember what I went for now. Culture victory. I went for order. So the Celts and Morocco, if we need to get more pressure than Persia, that's the thing. We need other people to go order. It'd be nice if somebody does, but they probably won't. Another bit of railroad there. Let's grab that one. Okay, that is definitely the end of the turn, so I'm not going to accidentally click that button. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Civilization 5 as Korea, and I'll see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.